there's been many blockages, and you've been working on this. This collective humbled you so much. Not because it was meant to purposely humble you. No. You are already perfectly fine the way you were when they casted the spell work and witchcraft over your life. It humbled you even more. Not because somebody was trying to humble you through the spell work they had done over your life. It humbled you because you knew, you found out someone did this to you, and yet you stayed compassionate. And yet you still stayed as you are and did not fight back the way they went up against you. It humbled you even more, knowing that you were in the spell work. It fogged up your life. It blocked you from many things. But you did not let it defeat you. Instead, you overcame and then bounced back even stronger. That's what humbled you, knowing that you stayed exactly who you are. It didn't, in fact, need to change you and act on evil things because somebody intentionally acted evil on you. You see, you're actually feeling a lot more clear. Okay? You're moving in your regular pace and it feels more natural to you. This is the spell work, the witchcraft, whatever that was done on your life has now cleared up. 333, it humbled you, but not because it was meant to humble you. It humbled you because you stayed true to yourself. And I feel like there's a lot of weight with that. There's a lot of weight with that. You evolve. It's like you outstretch yourself more as it outstretches your character. I'm getting the word elastic. You don't let others' hate and animosity attach to you. In fact, you've gotten so good in not paying it any attention that even if it gets you a little bit, 444, you just send it so much love and light and peace. There's no need to take action on retaliating. There's no need to take action on trying to get back at them in any way, and not even like going behind their back, or like I'm getting this energy of like you having to go to somebody they know and being sneaky on them. That's not you, collective. You're not a trickster. Here's an affirmation. Your brain is fluid and flexible, able to create new connections through very old age. You're an old soul. You understand things from a higher level, higher intellect. Okay, I'm following the rhythm here as I go. My brain is an engine of evolution. So flexible, my brain is fluid and flexible. That's what I mean by elasticity, elastic. Ooh, I see a cat. They surround my house. They surround the house a lot lately. They've been surrounding the house a lot lately. And my dog goes crazy. And it's funny because like they'll sneak up and they'll walk by and they'll see me right through the sliding door because it's glass. And they'll literally stop and then stare at me. You're very much humbled. You surprise yourself. I feel humbled because you feel humbled. And right before I hit play, I felt like my voice got softer. Ooh, I see a black cat. Ooh, it's a huge black cat. The other one was white. I feel humbled because you're humbled. Whoever took action in doing any kind of spell work on you, whatever that was, it's sitting under the tree and now it's climbing up the wall. Whoever did this spell work over your life, and I'm getting that this is on money. This is on money. Your financial stability. If you go to my TikTok or my Instagram, I had posted a reel on this matter. And I have affirmations on there, very powerful affirmations that you can use to catapult you right back into your energy, grounded, still rooted, and claiming all of that abundance back. 44. Claiming all of that money back that was stolen from you. I wasn't going to hold that back right now. That was meant to come out the way it did, strongly, the way that it did. You know, it takes quite some time, 33, it takes quite some time for somebody to bounce back from that spell and gaining their stability and their energy back right where it should be aligned. How much of you, collective, how much of aligning have you been doing? Because you've been doing a lot. 10-10. You've been doing a lot of aligning. And when there is a delay in a season, you come right back aligning. You just stay aligned. You weren't going to let anyone slip and get away with the things that they had done to you, but you took. Anybody would have retaliated, correct? Anybody would have fought back. Some people, it would have, like, this would have made them like mad and go crazy in their mind. And like, I'm not saying that you didn't go crazy. Of course you did. 11/11, of course you did. But you transmuted the energy. My brain is an engine of evolution. You are in that season of gaining your financial stability back, and you're moving in your regular pace, and it feels more natural to you. You feel more natural moving in your own pace, moving in, and you're even noticing yourself, collective, that you're like, this is me. I'm right back into my flow. I'm right back into my natural flow state. And I haven't been this way in who knows how long. And you know how when you've been hit with the spell 12/12, you notice that, and you feel this, you sense this deep within, intuitively you sense something is off with me. Something is off with my energy. Something is off with my flow. You know exactly where you are with your flow state. And a witchcraft spell work can very much knock you down out of your flow. But you having to feel the clarity now, and you're going to yourself, yep, this is me. I'm right back in it. There's this feeling of clarity and so much more clarity, 1313. It has cleared. Ooh, and you know what I'm also getting with this, with focus, is that the more that you focus, and even where you put your focus, like not just focusing on aligning yourself, and not just focusing on your purpose, and not just focusing on like what's ahead of you, but where you turn your focus. It's like every single time you put your focus on something that you say you're going to do, and then you take action in it, every time it levels you up and it makes you stronger. And then it clears whatever was done over your life, whatever spell that was done over your life. So whatever this spell work was, okay, and I'm getting a lot on money and financial stability. If the intention behind the spell work was to make you go broke, difficulty in finding a job, blocking you from finding a job. If the spell work was meant to intentionally literally block your money energy, you did the opposite. To break it, you got to do the opposite, right? You got to do the opposite of what was intentionally done. So if they intentionally tried to make you broke, You hustled. You found a way to hustle, even if you knew you had to start from the bottom with like a penny or two. Because every small gain takes you higher, right? If the spell work was meant to intentionally make you broke and make you financially unstable, you were doing the opposite. You're doing something right now, a project, work, that you are so highly hyper-focused. Even if it means gaining a cent or two, a quarter, a nickel. Even if it meant, because this is where your mind is at. You think about it, you manifest it. You think about it, you attract it. And you know what helped you even more? You stayed present. You stayed hyper-focused in the present moment. My brain is an engine of evolution. You're probably finding quarters and nickels and pennies on the floor. If you're like wanting to go for a walk, if you're walking anywhere, it's the universe calling to you and telling you you're gaining it all back. You're in fact in the right place. You're gaining it back. And you feel clear, there's no fog. And it's been tough because you haven't been finding a good job, or you haven't really been manifesting or attracting a good job, a good paying job. And in this time, it's like God is also telling you, I'll take care of that. I, in fact, don't want you to work. So it's like he finds his way. You always find your way. Okay, well, how do I get food? Okay, Father, but how do I maintain? That has been literally the walk with the Lord. He knows what was done to you. The humble he guides in justice. And the humble he teaches his way. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth, to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. For your name's sake, O Lord, pardon my iniquity, for it is great. Every step you take with the Lord as he is pulling you away from this spell work, witchcraft, whatever that was done to you, you go, thank you. It's just like a soft, simple, graceful thank you. you are loved by him very much, and he loves you very much. He sees your dedication in gaining yourself back in every which way possible. You know, this might not have been something that you were always aware of because you were in a fog, you were in a haze, and at one point you couldn't understand why your energy was so off balance. And then you thought, nah, it can't be. It's not true. Someone could have possibly done that to me. Somebody couldn't have possibly done that to me, but they did, and it was family. And I'm gonna say it was family, or it was somebody that was once close to you, who watched you and was doing dirty things behind the scenes. And they masked themselves as somebody, as your supporter. Trying to trick you. A trickster energy. They didn't do a very good job. In fact, they really messed up. 2222. They really messed up. For them to bounce back from what they did, they would have to I'm getting they were so determined. And this might have been around the time when they watched you and you were at your most vulnerable state. You were already having a hard time about something, collective. You were already having a hard time about something, and they watched you. And then they went, that's the perfect time to do it. This is the perfect time to do it. They're already weak. I know where they stand. And that's when they hit you. That's when they hit you. And that's why from then on, you kept having breakdowns. You kept losing things. You kept spiraling. At one point you were depressed. You kept losing things. You were even having problems with relationships. Because perhaps in your relationships, you were still being provided. You know, either you were being provided anything that involves with them giving you cash, lending you money, or letting you borrow, right? This could have been a relationship where they were handing you gifts, and anything that links to somebody giving you money, cash, gifts, right? Took you out. It took you out from that relationship so that you wouldn't get anything. So then you weren't getting any support, financial support. It's very, very vindictive, you see. In any which way possible they can to intentionally take you out of financial stability. That was the goal. That was the intention. And they went in when you were at your most vulnerable state, and it took you completely out. Somebody who did this to you, and I think you have an idea, collective, who this is. And I also think that you know that it's multiple people you've come across. Because you do present yourself with that big energy that you have. It's just like when you are looking into a magnifying glass. That ant is looking at you. How people look at you, how people look at your energy. The ant that's looking at you through the magnifying glass, that's how they see your energy. And it's intimidating. I'm following the rhythm. And when they feel intimidated, what they're going to do to erase that feeling of intimidation, their first reaction to that is, how do I make myself look better than them? If you think about it, it's very cowardly on their end by taking that action. Because not only had they taken you out when you were at your most vulnerable state, when you were already down, but they took the action of actually casting that spell on you, so that in their mind, they're thinking, ha ha ha, well, now they can't get up. Now they can't get up. Okay, well, these were people who were already not up. I'm getting like, these are people who did this to you to try to keep you down and make you stay down. But it's not like they even took the action to get up and go. Like, these are people who didn't, like, after taking you down, they didn't actually do anything for themselves after that. They actually haven't even really done any work for themselves to make themselves be bigger and better than you and make themselves look better than you. They didn't take any actions at all. Just the idea of you being down and just the thought of you being down makes them feel bigger. But I suppose that they never had anything to work with in the first place, is what I'm getting here. Some of you guys, some of them even try to swoop in to make some kind of offer to you. Like, if this, like, for example, if they wanted to collaborate with you in something, because they see your work and they see what you do, they try to swoop in to try to collaborate with you, to get to know you more, making that offer. But they didn't actually have anything to offer. That was their intention of having to swoop in, watch you, to try to take you down. And I'm getting this could have been a coworker who took that action of doing a spell work on you. because they just couldn't stand your light when you were at work. That's very specific. And for the rest, it's a family member, somebody you were close to, that you were once very close to, vicinity, physically. And then this is about a coworker. That's interesting. Making that offer when they didn't actually have an offer to make, but they just wanted to be around you so they can watch you, and then make that move when it was right, when it was the right time to make that move to take you out. And I'm getting, you've been at this job for years. For some of you, you've been at this job for years, and they see you all the time. And you've been sensing that there's something off here. Like there's this person at your work that you just know they don't like you. And perhaps that intuition, your intuition told you so. That's very, very specific, okay? What a shame on these people who take these actions, you know? It's very cowardly on their part. I keep going back to that. And I think collective, you know, because these are people they go for the ones, they see you, okay? And it's crazy because it's not even like they took you out at the time when you were stable. They took you out at the time when you were unstable already. But they see something in you. And before you even get there, collective, they're gonna try to take that out from you. They're gonna try to take it from you before you could even catch up to it. You see, because they took you out. I'm gonna repeat again. They took you out with this spell when you were already unstable. So they got so intimidated and scared by you because they see that you can create and gain, and it's like you just hold that 3-3-3-3. You just hold that kind of sustainability. You hold that. What is that word? Sustenance. And before you can even meet your sustenance, before you can even get to know your own sustenance, they see it in you first. And then they're gonna go, I'm gonna take that from them so they can't catch up to it. I see this person can actually be very potential one day. I see this person just thriving and smiling all the time and shining bright all the time. I see this person just like, I see this person holding something, carrying something inside of them. And I just cannot stand them, and knowing that they have it more, or they have it and I don't. And so before collective even catches up and getting to know their own sustenance that they carry naturally inside of them, I'm just gonna take it out. And then collective won't even know that they're that capable. That's the devil. That's like, ooh. I was reading in my little mini daily bread book that I carry with me. I gotta find it. I cannot not share it with you, but so hold on just a second, sorry. Okay, I'm coming back. Okay. First of all, I went to it, right? And I found a fortune, and I used that fortune as a bookmark. And as I flipped through the pages, it took me there instantly, and now I can't find it. I swear to you, it's good. I should have just... What if I did this? Take me there. Oh wow, that fortune is very tight on there. You guys, it's so good though. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna practice on patience. And we're gonna find it. Hello. Patience. First of all, the fortune says, you should be able to undertake and complete anything you desire. You overcame. You believed in something greater than yourself. You believed in something greater than yourself. It literally knocked out this spell right out of you. And so the devil, okay, talks about sins. The devil, my child, the devil tempts you to the sin of presumption in two ways. He does it either by suggesting that my mercy will easily spare you from the punishment due to your sins, or by convincing you that you are strong enough to face any temptation. He is the father of lies and the arch deceiver. When they made that offer, with nothing to offer, guess who was deceiving who? In the mind. My brain is an engine of evolution. You're able to create new connections through very old age. You're not limited. They offered you what's limited. They were trying to offer you what was limited. But it had nothing to do with you. The devil tempts. There is, in fact, no assurance in that. It's all confusion. It's to trick, manipulate, control something. My mercy is above all my works, but it does not destroy my justice. He will still fight for you. No matter what it is, and it doesn't matter how long it has been when they did this, when they casted the spell on you, witchcraft on you. It doesn't matter how long it has been. Justice will serve. And you have been in this long walk with him and trying to take you out of it. That's where the weight is. Ooh. The feeling of victor, the feeling of victory. Once that spell work has cleared, that's your work. That's the inner work you put in. Interesting. I'm getting with the cultural card. This was like somebody went to a different country. Ew. Okay. So I did mention that this was a family member, correct? Somebody close to you who was once close to you, and a coworker, right? So imagine like different types of scenarios here, but with the same intention, which is blocking you from your financial stability. In one of those scenarios, somebody went to a different country and went to a practitioner, a tarot reader, a practitioner, somebody who was able to do this spell work. They went to a different country. Like they flew out far just to take this action over you. They went out of their way. Damn. That's gotta be a lot of time and energy, bro. That's gotta be a lot of time and energy that they could have been using for something else to better themselves. Can you imagine that? Somebody flying to a different country and like paying somebody to take you out. And then flying back. Like, oh, how was your fucking trip, bro? Where the fuck did you go? Somewhere. It was cool. Was it? What did you do? Somebody flew out to a different country to take action and putting spell work over your life. They literally had to go to a different motherfucking country and paid a practitioner. Because for some reason, that was supposed to be like unique and authentic. It had to be unique and authentic because it told them this is gonna fucking work. It's gonna work so much and it's gonna take effect so much that there's no fucking way they can get out of it. There's no fucking way collective is gonna come back from this. There is evil out there in this world, and we can't deny that. But Lord, the Lord is much, much mightier and stronger than any circumstance, than anything in this world. That when you put your trust in him and you believe in him so much, and not only that, but you obey him, how much he'll give to you in return You can't even measure that up to anything else in this world. Like you can't measure that. You can't compare that to anything that's happening in this worldly place, right? Greater is he that is in you than he that is in this world. You emit that from inside out. It literally destroys evil in this world, dismantles evil. They start crying, they start trembling, they start shaking, they start getting pissy. Ugh. Because it's coming from within. Only the Lord can do that. Only the Lord can do that. The humble he guides in justice, and the humble he teaches his way. All the paths of the Lord are mercy and truth to such as keep his covenant and his testimonies. He's been with you in your testimony, all right. Anybody who goes through spiritual warfare, like intense spiritual warfare, anybody who's under a spiritual attack, you gotta have the Lord with you. You gotta give yourself to the Lord. Like, there's no other way or anything else in this world that can save you. If one is in heavy spiritual warfare, you have to have protection over you. You just have to. There's nothing in this world that can help you. There's nothing in this world that can help you. I'm going to end this with an affirmation. I didn't expect this reading to go this way. I thought it was going to be a quick one, to be honest, but it's deeper than that, because it is. I'm going to go to a different country, fly to a different country to mess up my financial stability, and then go behind my back and whisper to everyone's ear, I can't believe she's broke. I can't believe he's broke. But you just, and you went all the way to India, wherever it is, Bali, whatever it is. Oh, but you went, and you're telling everybody that I'm broke? Trifling. I am in charge of my life. Yeah, right? You called your energy back, claimed it, rooted, and now they're mad. Because you know what you're about to get back? Even more than what was stolen from you. I love you. And I'll see you in the next.